Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. I'm Skits Fits. This is my team, and I'm going to go through it. Let's start in the back line, shall we? In the back line, I haven't gone with any of those primo defenders like your Flanders, Sheasel, Ryan, Whitfield, Zorko, McGovern, Houston. It just keeps going. I haven't started with them just because we'll get all these guys later. I feel like the team that I've got right here, we can do some damage, and we're doing damage at a budget. We're doing damage with a discount. Sinclair and Clark and McKercher can all ton up. Mills, there's 4 tons right there. Coleman was tunning up at the back end of the last season that he played before he done his injury. Al Hawley looks a jet. So there could be 6 tons for all under 600k right there. And that's all I'm after. I'm after a team that can just match it. We don't have to... We might lose, 10, 20 points here and there. But this back line I'm really happy with. Travalia, Lupin with Hawley and Smith. Smith could be that new... there's talks that he could be that new Daniel Rioli off halfback. We do have Tom Brown and Banks going for that position as well. So Smith there on the pine is flexible. That could change easily. There's one player I did like. If we scroll all the way down the bottom, and this was a good shout out by Abs Magic, the Skodfather. He has a mate who spoke to the Bont, and the Bont himself said Jed Buslinger is an absolute lock. Keep an eye on him. So, we could very well, run with that because I definitely would rather everyone, especially with the flex player, I definitely would rather everyone making money. But we've got to weigh up into consideration sub risks as well. Yes, well, there's the back line, and I'm pretty happy with it. There's more to this as well. Once we go through the whole side, there's a lot of team chemistry. A lot of these players have got relatively easy draws. And I just like the way it mixes in with the bye rounds and yeah, their fixture. Going into the midfield line, no Bont, Doe Butters, Neil, Flanders, Dacos, Heaney, Chalai. It just keeps going. We don't pick up. Our first round draft pick is pick 8 in the draft, and we're going with Caleb Saron because I just love this kid. I think Fremantle are going to have a tremendous year. The signing of Shai Bolton and Murphy Reed, it just gives me 2017 vibes of Tigers. A young list. They could go a three-peat. The big signing of Hayden Young, Victorian, I'm pretty sure, happy to stay. That's just great things for Fremantle. It's great things for Murphy Reed. It's just they've got good culture there. Their colours are elite. Everything. I'm loving all the content I'm seeing throughout the preseason, and I've got this great feeling about it. And Sarong, he did get affected by some tags later in the year, but then, and who's his teammate? Brayshaw took a lot of his points as well. But I think he's just that's gonna be a good year. I really would like to start Sarong. Do they have a home game round 1? They have an away game round 1. Meh, going for it. I like it. McKercher, I think McKerch is going to get that main halfback role. Shees will push up into the guts. We got Foss that's going to go onto McKerch's wing, unless they're both on the wing. But McKercher is just elite. You can just see it. He's part of that. He's in Ashcroft's boat. He's in Harley Reid's boat. Like this group of kids, Ashcroft, McKercher, Dacos, Sheasel. These are the guys. But we'll definitely be trying to get your Sheasels and Dacoses in later on. Hopefully they can become a fallen primo and slot in nicely. Callum Mills could be anything. New coach, missed out on playing in a premiership, a bad premiership loss, coming back as should be the captain still. That's a great value get right there. Coleman Jones, and these two are versing each other round one. So both these players missed out on a grand final due to injury. Both these players are going to have a statement. Like they're gonna be, they missed out. They don't want to miss out again. That's for sure. Coleman. I really wanted Coleman last year. I definitely want him this year. But again, it depends, how he's tracking pre-season. What's his name? So bad with names. Zorko obviously done a tremendous job off the halfback. So how's that dynamic going to work? Kick-ins and whatnot. But Coleman's got a beautiful kick, so I'm not too worried about that. Al Hawley, we all seen how good he was, and it was sad to see him go down. Very excited to see him bounce back up. Travalia, mate, this kid, I was as a Richmond supporter, I was really keen, hoping he could probably make his way to us. Or the Flying Viking, Taru, that he would have been awesome too. I reckon St Kilda's nailed the draft. They've absolutely nailed it. This, all their fans are screaming for midfielders, but you just got McRae, you've got Philippou, Travalia can go into the midfield. Like mate, premiership start from your back line. You beef out that back line. Those backline players can also rotate into the mid. That's good moves. Buslinger, this is straight out of Abs Magic tweet. He got an inside word about the Bont spoke to his mate saying Buslinger is absolute lock, so watch this space. He could obviously change to, well, I did have Caleb Smith. I had Caleb Smith. Gibkiss, I'm not a Tigers man. I'd rather just not have him in my side and let him play good. But when he's in there, I feel like it's a jinx, so I'm just going to leave that. Taru, let's have a look at, actually, Sin. I would love to have Sin as my D6. That's also a TBC, to be confirmed. We'll watch this preseason. He's apparently linked to that halfback role of Houston. And speaking of Houston, I want him in my side eventually, but Collingwood have a really, really tough start to the year. Not saying they can't win it. I reckon Collingwood's going to be up there as well. But yeah, I'm just going to steer clear of any type of percentage that may hinder a score. But a tough game might be good for a defender, or an easy game might be good for the forwards or the midfielders. So we've just really got to weigh up all those options and start to work out a plan. It's still early days. Everyone's on holidays, on their Christmas holidays, so things will start to ramp up. We'll get to see a lot more content on these players, but all these players are in our sign of light. They're on the whiteboard. We can mix and match and bring them in if need be. But I want to steer clear of Josh Sin is probably, I'd like that. Mills, Coleman, Sin right there. And if they're all guaranteed, 4 games. Yeah. Oysen Mullen, he's consistent, but probably a no. So Rude Gibkiss, could be a cash cow. O'Sutherland, big on him. Watch this space. But yeah, he's that type of player that I like. And then we had Caleb Smith. So we might just go Caleb Smith for now because he could be potentially that Rioli. And he's cheap. Well, Bustling is cheaper, but I can't see Bustling as starting straight off. But yeah, going into the midfield, going with Sarong, Walsh, Oliver, Will Ashcroft, Pete Ling, Draper, Harvey Langford, and Smiley. I could see 110, 110, 100, 100, 100, 80. I could see Draper Draper was my favourite of the lot. Harvey Langford with Oliver and Petrarca, I feel looks great chemistry. There's obviously Petrarca and Oliver putting on the facade of chummy mates. We're back together, but they both wanted out and to not be like Petrarca's the ultimate professional and doesn't want things to get in the way. If Oliver can't control his habits, Petrarca wanted out. He said it's either me or him. They tried to get rid of Oliver, but then there was a big backlash and all that stuff. So hopefully, big-bodied Harvey Langford, who Travalia said on a podcast that, and I think a couple of other kids also said that Langford was their number one. They were asked who they thought was the best player, and they all there was a few confident Langford was that OG. So, yeah, excited to watch that. Smiley should get bulk game time. Langford should get bulk game time. Draper should get bulk game time. But, all subject to change. We have Bo Allen, Lincoln with Sinclair, Hawley, and Travalia. That's good. And that good Sunday afternoon slot, the Western Australians get that time zone different slot. So you'll notice that as a bit of a theme in my decision making there. Hewitt, it's a big year for him. New coach, new system. Hopefully he can crack in. Handy DPP for us. I probably don't have him. Well, we scroll up. Yeah, it could be Hewitt. It could be who's that one from forwards? Detoli from Sydney, I think it was. I'm liking him. Phoenix Goddard, he should get a crack this year. He was a high pick for, I'm assuming, for GWS last season. But yeah, at the moment, I like what we got here. Cooper Hines, he could also be changed to someone else. We were scraping the barrel here. Into the rucks, I've gone with Cherry and TDK. Who did I have? I had the Gorn Grundy last season, sold Grundy, got Sweet, got burnt with Sweet. Like, there were so many mistakes last season, and I was only, 1,000 off, probably a couple of thousand off number one, but, we're going Cherry, who is just that young, hungry, tough, tackling, follow-up ruckman. TDK, hopefully he can get that number one ruck role all alone. I do I have enough to make that move? Briggs. So if TDK doesn't work, I like Briggs. We got Sean Darcy as well. Ooh, I don't know about his injury, but if Sean Darcy is back to fitness, I'll be going Sean Darcy for sure. Sweet, you burnt me last year, mate. Not saying I won't pick you again. Toby Conway could be an option. You know what I stuffed up? I thought Neil was Conway, and I was like, oh, I'm picking Conway. He looks like a machine, but it was Neil for the Cats. Flynn supposed to be could be the number one ruckman. We could go there. That could be an option. But we'll keep it as is because that's my. If all things fall into place, this is what I would love. Riddle, no idea who this guy is, but he's a Sunday afternoon loophole option. The late game, you can put your Cherry or your TDK. TDK, no, Nank's pretty tough. I was thinking round one. Nank's pretty tough, but you know what I mean. That's that option right there, and we're saving a bit of cash with the 99k player. Into the forward line, got to go the horny man, Isaac Rankin. Now, wow, it's windy out there. Let me just show you something right now. If we go Adelaide Crows, have a look at this start to the year. Now, St Kilda could be... All right, it's St Kilda in Adelaide. Then they got Essendon, who I reckon Essendon are going to finish last. I think Richmond... Yeah, anyway, I think Essendon are going to finish last. Hopefully it's North Melbourne finish last, and then they have to hand over number one draft pick to the Tigers, who finished not last. That would be amazing. But look at this. St Kilda, Essendon, North, Gold Coast. Not one top 8 side team right there. And you got Geelong. There's 3. And then we start to okay. Now maybe we start trading our Adelaide players from there. I think the first 5 games are going to be great games for Isaac Rankin. They're going to be great games for Heatling, Draper, and Curtin. Curtin in the back line. We know backmen score more points than forwards, so that could be a great pick. Caleb Daniel is a must-have. He's the McKercher of last year. It was McKercher and Fish, yeah. And Philippou, I'd prefer McRae, or would I prefer McRae? I prefer McRae's experience knowing that he's going to 100% be in the midfield, but he's 30-odd, 31 or something. He gets the old man calf injuries and hammies, and I think I just want to avoid that. And if, someone else goes that, and then, obviously we got your flex position to cover an injury, but it only covers one. So you take 2 or 3 hits, then, we just want to try weigh up all those percentages, those small little 1%ers, you need to factor into your decision making in your side. I seen on X. Now, how do I go to... If I go to profile and go to likes... Oh, we just see the great man himself. Can't wait to see this guy in action. No rush. Don't want to rush him, mate. You get the body right. You come out and play. I don't want you in my Supercoach side just out of a superstition thing. Hope you become the next Harley Reid. I'll pick you on the bubble, but I'm not starting you because Gibcus or whatever. But I forget where else even going. But here's Abs right here. The Buzzlinger. Keep an eye on this young man. The Bont just told a mate of mine that he is a lock. Don't worry about cricket. And this is what I want to show you. Neil Erasmus, 119k mid forward, went 167, 172, 181 to finish the year in a waffle final. So that's bang, bang. That's final, grand final. That 181 was in the grand final on the back of 16 contested possessions, 11 tackles, and 2 goals. Just pick him, Justin. Absolutely. And he's got DPP. So hence why you can see him in my forward bench. If he doesn't play, that late afternoon loop option. Although, we do have the bye rounds, so we're going to have a bye player that we can pick from to loop. But I think one of the first buys was GWS and the Giants, which I don't have any of those players, so you're going to need to have a loop option if you want to loop. And I think that round, it's West Coast versus Freo on a Friday, so or maybe a Saturday, but yeah, it works out funny. And excuse me, oh, so it's my teeth. Sorry. The flex position I'm running with now. I played around. I had Levi Ashcroft there, but we just don't know his job security. Hopefully he's just the GOAT and get slots in. Like, then I will work some stuff out and get him in. But I think Jagger's just a lock to one. He's going to come out against the Tigers where he wanted to be the number one. He left no stone unturned. He should have been the number one draft pick. His stats had him as, one of the highest ranked players. Is that raining? It is raining. Jagger Smith. Yeah, far out. Sorry, I'm not editing this out either because this is like the fourth take. But yeah, coming out against the Tigers in round one, I think he's going to have 30 and have 130 game. His disposal efficiency and all that stuff. So I'm happy to start Jagger there. But this is my team. Thank you for sticking around this far. Hope you enjoyed it. The team's not a lock, but I did go to bed last night looking at this team going, wow, I like it. I do like it. I do miss having Will Day in there. I miss who's from Geelong? Holmes. I miss Holmes. But all in all, I feel like this is, the backline's solid. The midfield is good enough. It's the only thing is we're competing against those Bond Steakhouses, Butters, those type of squads. But if Sarong, Walsh, Ashcroft, Peatling, if Sarong, Walsh, Oliver, everyone's gonna have Oliver, so don't worry about that. If Sarong, Walsh, Ashcroft, and Peatling can all just turn up round one, let's check that. So Fremantle, Carlton, and Adelaide and Brisbane. All right, Fremantle, Carlton, Adelaide, and Brisbane. Filters are off. Bang. Carlton, bang. Fremantle, not bad. Like, they're going to be a gun size, so it doesn't matter who they verse. Fremantle, Carlton, Adelaide. What was the last one? See, that's how bad my memory is. And Brisbane? I don't know. How do I? And Brisbane. So Ashcroft against Sydney. Tough, but it's Ashcroft. I love him. Yeah. Well, let's check round two. What's round two looking like? Where'd it go? How come we're stuck here? Filters off. Round two. Carlton, bang. All right. Adelaide, All the other ones again. Brisbane, oh, now we're talking. Okay, Ashcroft against the Eagles at the Gabba. Maybe I reckon this is there we go. That's what I was talking about. I reckon this is the game they debut Levi Ashcroft. They'll come in with their premiership side, not going to change anything. Then they're going to have someone who didn't play that well that's going to get dropped. Levi comes in and hopefully dominates against this game and stays in the side forever. Forever? But who was the last one? Was it Geelong? Why do I keep forgetting? Adelaide. We see Adelaide? Adelaide, yeah. St Kilda. Anyway, we get the gist. Oh, let's have a look at three. We'll go one more. Carlton. Was it Carlton? It was Carlton. So again, Walsh against Bont. Adelaide. That's out. Oh, come on, mate. Adelaide against North. Bang. So there's Draper and Peatling against North. Oh, and then the Derby. Big, big scores. Big scores. So the four that I've got now, they can all turn up for 3 weeks. Adelaide Suns. Now, mate, you're telling me Walsh isn't going to turn it up against. Oh my gosh, it just came to me. This round last year was when Dacos won the game against Walsh. You think Walsh is letting that shit happen again? No, he's coming up for vengeance, baby. Oh, Adelaide versus them. Brisbane versus the Tigers. Oh. And then we got Freo versus Dogs. Yeah, mate. Oh, Adelaide versus them. Carlton versus West Coast. Oh, this is just all falling into place. Brisbane versus. Didn't I just read that one? Is this the same one? And then we get. Oh, mate. I've just unlocked it. I've unlocked it. That is phenomenal. That is 5 rounds of tons. I can just see tons. What has Ashcroft got there? Ashcroft has got. So Ashcroft's mate is Sanders. Like they're gonna. Another one who I want on my team is Riley Sanders. So I'd really. Can I get Sanders? I'd almost prefer if. I feel like. What's his name? Bevo has done a Jamara to Sanders. Sanders is getting 140s, 160s in the VFL. I think he's going to come out primed for this season. Please tell me. Riley West, come on. Sanders, 339. All right, so 339. So I need 20k to be able to make that work. 20k, like I'd definitely prefer Sanders over Philippou if he's playing, and you know McRae's out of the side. What's his name? Bailey Smith is out of the side, mate. I've just changed my mind. I've got to find a way to get Riley Sanders in that position. And, you know, do we piss Curtin off? Curtin's more of a, well, he's a defender. You know, he's another preseason under his belt. Oh, we seen the. No, we can't touch that because we've seen that lineup. Unless we just piss off Kako, but Kako could be the the wizard next year, you know, and he's just consistent. You know, he's going to play every game, so, but he could be a sub risk. Let's piss Kako off for now, and let's get my boy Sanders. We'll get Sanders there, and you know, Hewitt can. Oh, it does. Hewitt can go there. Hewitt can go there. Oh my gosh, I just did the same thing. Hewitt. Now, please tell me I've got 131k left over, so I'm able to go and get this midfielder from Fremantle, So then when they have the showdown, it's going to be Reed versus bloody Reed. Oh, why you got to do me like that for? Oh, 2000. Oh, bloody far out. Oh, figured it out already. We get rid of Smith. We go back to the mids. You give me Reed. You give me Reed. All right. Again, I like their lineup. I like their team. They're going to be winning. They're going to be scoring. They're going to be scoring well. We go Reed, and then we got 119k left to go defenders. Get rid of that. Let's bring the money right down. Boom. I've got two. What is happening, mate? What is happening? Wherever you read, did I press? I must have pressed it twice. Now we go here, right? And who can we get? Oh, we're $700 off getting. Oh, we can't even get bustling at it. Well, this will be my other option here because I love this kid and cannot wait till he plays for the Tigers. And that is Traynor. And I'll happily have Traynor not playing because I know he's going to get a game eventually. I'll happily have him as my Clay Hall of last year. That way I can loop Hawley first up. Hawley's got the emergency. We don't like that. We bring Travalia on, and I like that. That or Allen, depending on the matchup or who's playing or who we like better. But I like that. And then look at that. That's just that has just beefed up. What was Hawley doing over there? Oh, Hawley goes here. Bang. Allen, what are you doing? Allen, you get back over here. Allen for 136, so we can get our 20k from there as well. So we can shuffle a lot of things around. I'd rather have players on here that are around that mark because it's easier to downgrade to them. Well, yeah. So yeah, I like this side better, actually. This side better because Philippou and McRae, we're not sure yet. We're not sure, but we'll see how it plays out. And we don't know. There's words that Travalia is being trained to go as a midfielder. So I'd rather wait, like Ben said. Ben from Supercoach Insider said he'd rather wait and see. And when I heard that, I was like, yeah, same here. Although I did have him on my side, and now I'm happy to get him out of my side because I talked myself into why I love Sanders. And Sanders, I don't think he's going to be a sub. Sanders is going to be a primo. Sanders is going to be a primo. You heard it here first. 9:04 p.m. the 22nd of the 12th, 2024. Will I eat my words? I don't think so. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will leave you. I'm getting better at my goodbyes, I think, or maybe possibly worse. But as I leave, I just want to give a shout out to my 2 new subscribers. Whoopie days. 2 new subscribers. I don't really like cheese. Cheese, OG. We have some good banter in a lot of live streams. Thank you for jumping on board, my friends, and Chris Davies, both of yous. Welcome to the Skit Squad. Hopefully there's plenty more to come, and I hope you enjoyed. Anyone else, feel free to subscribe. We're going to be posting a bit more content, more of just vlog stuff of what I like. Well, I will be doing a few more lives. I think live is my go. I like lives. It's a lot more interactive And hopefully we'll do a lot more um, shorter videos, or I'll just do lives on when I change my team up and just try to do a freshie. But yeah, bye for now. Thank you, and we'll stop it right there. See ya on the next one.